Well, we've done it. I should say you've done it.
Yes, thank you very much. You have helped us reach 50,000 subscribers, which is a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
We're kind of amazed because, you know, I started off doing these videos, standing in my kitchen all by myself. That was before I convinced Christy to leave her job and come stand with me.
It's true.
And, you know, only my mom was watching. Thanks, Mom, because she
Thanks,
still
Mom.
watches. And now we've got 50,000 subscribers, and we stand in my kitchen a little bit taller.
Yes, we do.
So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for telling your friends about our videos. Thank you for trusting us to teach you how to do freezer meals, and also just thank you for listening to us as we share our lives with you. As a thank you, we are sharing some of our bloopers with you, some of our less polished moments.
We do this now and again when we hit like a milestone number. So we did it for 10,000, we did it for 25, and now we're here at 50. We're doing it again, and there are miles and miles of footage that should be on the cutting room floor, but you are going to get to see some of that today.
There sure are. And we also promised you that we would answer some of your questions today. So we're kind of going to do a mixture of answering your questions and sharing our less than perfect moments. The first question comes from Kimberly, and it's super easy to answer, so we're just going to start lightly. And that is, how tall are you?
We're the same height.
Kristen's just standing on a stool.
Yeah, Charlotte's in a pit. No, clearly I'm taller than Charlotte by quite a bit. I am 5'8".
And I am 5'5".
Yes. So it's kind of a joke when we're setting up cameras of how do we make sure that we don't cut my head off, but we still get both of us, you know. But otherwise, it's not too big. I don't really notice it because I'm with you like every day. I notice it when I watch us.
Yes, it's true. There is a discrepancy. Like I'm used to, because I've been short my whole life.
I've been tall my whole life.
I'm used to looking up at people, and I don't even, like, my head just kind of naturally does this. So I don't even really notice that I'm looking up at Christy all the time. And so this is just, unless I'm editing, and then I'm like, whoa.
Right. And even then you get used to it. You just, after a while. But like I always say, it's good to be tall because I can reach the spices on the top shelves, where sometimes if Charlotte's really got a dig, she'll stand on the cupboard. I couldn't stand on the cupboard if I tried. I would hit my head. And I come from a tall family. Like, my brother is 6'5", my dad was 6'2", my other brother's 6'2", my husband's 6'1", my kids are giant. And so we are just from tall stock.
And I am likewise from, on my dad's side, very short family. I think by the time his mom passed away, so my mama, my grandma, she was probably like 4'8", because she kept shrinking. And so I hear a rumor that she started at like 5'2" or something.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of shrinking.
So maybe she was very hunched as well. I don't know, but
she lived 90 years, so there was some time for that to happen.
Do you know, by the time my dad passed, he was 89, and I could look him in the eye. So maybe you might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have aunts that are, you know, in the 5 feet and under category. So I just come by this naturally. Shake it out. Look at you, and you have pockets.
I have pockets. I feel like Mr. Bean, doesn't he do this?
I don't know.
That's going in the bloopers.
That's going in the bloopers. Did I push the button?
Yes. Better not have wasted all of that, because that was great. I don't know if you saw that, but there was a flash of lightning, and we're going to hear thunder here in a sec, because we are having ourselves a little thunder and lightning. You might not be able to hear that, but it's happening.
You won't be able to hear it.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna wait.
Oh, stuff rattled. The houses are rattling. Oh, kaboom.
It is a vegetarian meal, and you will not miss Me's the meat.
Is it moose? We will not use the moose meat.
Sonia asks, in regards to the red sauce, for those of you that don't know, the red sauce is kind of one of our famous recipes, and it is a Freezer Meals 101 Club exclusive recipe. The link for that is down below. She asks, do you just add tomato paste in uncooked and not heat the sauce up prior to assembling?
No. The answer is no. We don't. We just add it.
We add it in. Sometimes if we're using the Costco cans of tomato sauce, or tomato paste, sorry, they're harder to get out. And so then we will use hot water to stir it in.
And a whisk, and do that first so that it stirs in nicely. Otherwise, we found that we couldn't just do it with a spoon, right? If we use Hunt's, which is like a popular brand, it's a lot looser.
Yeah, we don't have to heat the water up when we use the Hunt's cans, but if we use
the Kirkland,
yeah,
I think it's just Kirkland. It's a little bit firmer. It's almost gel-like. It eventually gets heated up. Like we make it into our meals. It gets frozen. It obviously gets heated when we go to eat it. And so, have you looked up what blooming means?
No.
Did she mention the bloom, or you did?
No, she mentioned that she's had to do blooming for her tomato paste in the past. So I'm not sure if it's the type of tomato paste that maybe needs to be heated up, but for ours, we just do it like this, and we've had no complaints.
No complaints.
People love the red sauce. It's amazing, and it works beautifully in the recipes. So yeah, she also asks, what is a good substitute for Italian seasoning? My daughter hates it. Now, here's the thing about Italian seasoning is that it's a spice blend, so there are a lot of spices that make it up. There's oregano, basil, marjoram, rosemary, thyme, sage, and sometimes you were saying garlic goes in there.
Sometimes you have a proprietary blend, like the Costco one. I was looking at the ingredients on the back. It didn't name the herbs and spices specifically, but it has dehydrated vegetables in it. So it has minced garlic, it has like dried minced garlic, dried minced onion, and dried minced red pepper, or peppers.
Right.
So that would also be included with whatever else is in a regular Italian seasoning blend.
So we have two options for you. One is that you figure out which of the spices that I listed your daughter does not like, because that's probably what she's reacting to, is like, ooh, I don't like.
Sage can be strong, right?
So can
rosemary. I don't particularly like rosemary. Actually, I don't mind the taste of rosemary. I don't like having twigs in my mouth.
Right.
For me, it's why is this in my mouth?
If it's chopped up finer, you would be.
It's okay. Or if I'm making my own, I actually grind it.
Mm-hmm. So if you can figure out which of those things she doesn't like, then you could make your own Italian seasoning without that spice in it, and she would like it, and you could use it in place of, or in everything that you use Italian seasoning in. The other option is to use like just basil or just oregano, or just like the ones that she does like. You could use those in place of Italian seasoning.
I feel like if you put oregano in something, it automatically tastes very Italian. So I would start there and see, maybe that's the one that she hates. What do we know? But I think there's just ways around it.
And once you figure it out, like which of those things she doesn't like, it would be really simple to just make your own blend.
There's a million Googleable recipes online. We don't make our own. Costco does a good job. But yeah, just find something for yourself and make a bunch of it. You can freeze spices.
Minced garlic, again from the jar. A little bit of wet. I was reading the Worcestershire. Okay. A little bit of red wine vinegar and Worcestershire.
I'm the most comfortable touching chicken.
Yeah, that too. Let's be honest, that too. So I'm gonna ask her
I'm
nicely.
offering. I am glad to be. I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Yeah.
I made this wrong the first time. I put everything in, and then I read the instructions, and then I washed the chicken off. And I put the sesame oil on, and I started over.
That's chicken. In your large freezer bag, you're going to add some...
You're gonna add some cat, because that's where she belongs at this point.
She's going outside. And it's raining, and you're not gonna like it.
Have you are we standing closer together on purpose? Have you noticed? We are. And I like it.
I haven't noticed that.
I've
It's
totally
just
noticed.
Ooh. Now that we've been doing this for so long.
I know, and I'm like, we're finally in each other's actual space.
Buffy's question for me was about my adoption stories and if I'm done or are we always open to adding more children. So I feel like my adoption stories are like an entire video. Like I could do, I mean, we adopted 5 of our kids and each of them have their own adoption stories. Well, 2 were adopted together, so I guess there's only 4 adoption stories, but that could be its own video. So if you're interested in actually hearing that, let me know in the comments, and if there's enough interest, I'll actually do like a sit-down video with you where obviously I won't share personal details that are just our kids to know, but I will, tell you our story and our perspective on it and share my thoughts about adoption and how that came to be for us. So if you're interested, let me know. As far as are we done or are we always open? We thought we were done. We thought we were done at 7. We were apparently not, so we kind of sort of have 8 now. So I don't know how to answer that question except to say that sometimes we have our plans and God has other plans. And then her question for Christy is...
Her question for me is, do your eyes hurt when you chop all those onions? Sometimes, and usually. It really depends on the onions. Some onions are just worse than others. There's a chemical that gets released in the spray when you chop down with your knife. So everybody, anytime I put up a video where I am crying in it because, and there's a few in there, there's a few in our repertoire where I am crying because I've chopped the onions. Everybody always wants to give advice on how it works best for you. Trust me, I have tried them, and I have not had any luck with the wet paper towel. I've not had any luck. The goggles, a little bit. What actually helped me the most was wearing contacts, and people say that across the board. But in 2014, I had LASIK eye surgery, and I don't have the protection of the contacts anymore, and I'm not going to wear them just to chop onions. So generally, the sharper the knife, the better off you are, because that will be the less amount of spray. If you're using a dull knife, you will have more spray. When we are using our chopper tool, it's very, very sharp, but there's many, many knives. So there is a lot of spray. And it's a violent action so there's a lot of airflow. Sometimes I'll put a fan beside me to blow it away, and that helps. Basically, I cry, it lasts for 2 minutes, and then my eyes become accustomed to it, and then I don't cry anymore. And so for the next half hour that I'm chopping onions, it's not a problem. So I just kind of suck it up and get through that first couple of minutes. And one time, I have told this story before, but one time, it was the last thing I was prepping before bed, and it was like 10:30 at night, and I had cried through almost the entire thing. They were strong. And sometimes, like in the morning, my fridge will smell like onions for the next couple of days while we are assembling because I stored them in my fridge overnight. I hopped into bed, like I just, quickly changed out of my clothes, and I hopped into bed, and my husband's eyes started watering because it was in my hair and it was on my skin, and he's like, "You have to go shower." And I did. I had to go shower and wash my hair and wash all that onion off so that I could even get into bed with my husband after already a very long day. So honestly, it depends on so many things. You have to do what works for you.
This next meal is beef curry.
This is all blooper reel. This is a bad day. We'll get it.
This next meal is beef curry, and to start with, you're going to add stir-fry strips. You're going to add beef stir-fry strip. You're going... Okay, sorry.
Or you can fry it up in a skillet or a wok. Thanks, kitty.
Yep. You're breathing over there.
We'll see if it's hearable.
You'll notice that for
Sorry. It was funny.
shimmy, 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 enchilada soup, enchilada soup.
Grab the side of your hat. Sexy, sassy taco. Give me sexy taco.
Can't believe I'm wearing this. Now this next comment, I'm not sure who it's from because it's PV or R5677. So
Oh, is that their YouTube name?
yes, that's the YouTube name. So whoever you are, I'm sure you have a lovely first name that is not PR or PV5677. They ask, I've done freezer meals for more than 30 years. I usually use plastic or aluminum containers. I'd like to switch to plastic bags to save room, but don't see how to tell what are in the flat packs without pulling them out and shuffling through them like cards. Well, so we've had this discussion a little bit because for us it's not really an issue. One of the things is that over time you actually get very used to what freezer meals look like in the bags.
Yes.
And I think I can speak for both of us when I say that, like, we can just be like, that's this, like just from the little bit of the bag that shows.
It might be hard to tell maybe stew meat from another brown one, like that's a curry or something.
Yeah, like
but
spaghetti
there's-
sauce and chili can look similar.
But chili's always in a fat bag and spaghetti sauce is always in a skinny bag.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
We know really, really well. And even for new recipes, like, we're excited to try those ones. So generally we'll use those ones first and we just kind of remember like where we put them in. Now we wouldn't remember 2 or 3 months from now, but it's not been that much of an issue for us. We've talked about, because people have suggested, if you put them closer to the bottom of the bag, then you would just have to slightly lift the bags to read what it is. So that would be an option. Like, that's our best suggestion, I think. Some people have systems of...
Some people have systems where all of their ground beef goes in this section and all of their chicken goes in this section, which will help you narrow it down. There are some people that are very organized that will plan their meals. They run an inventory on their freezer. Do you know the white freezers, you can, okay, don't go and do this without testing it first, please. But you can use a dry erase marker and write your inventory, or put it on a little laminated sheet and do your inventory. And if you want to keep an inventory, you can, so you know what's in there. Some people will go as far as to like, okay, this week I'm going to take out these 5 meals and put them in my fridge to defrost, and we will eat them throughout the week, or put them into my kitchen freezer and then every day defrost a different one. Some are very organized that way.
Some people do grocery bags and section them week by week. They sort of have their meal plan with, this is what we're going to eat this week and this.
That's especially good for chest freezers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there are ways to organize it so that you know. We find that
the chaos method is just fine.
Yes, and for me it's more a matter of like, the cooking method is more how I choose my meals. So it's like, if I'm going to be gone all day and I need a slow cooker meal, I go in and grab a slow cooker meal. Now I don't have them like sectioned so that this area is slow cooker meals. I just sort of know what we made and know when I open the freezer like which ones are slow cooker meals, like, because we've been doing this for so long and we just know our recipes really well. And like I said, when we do new recipes, which we're always adding new or trying new recipes to see if we can tweak them and get them how we want them, we are excited to try them. Like, I remember 2 mega sessions ago, I think it was, we did chicken tagine, and it was like very different because it had bone in, skin on chicken, which we had never done freezer meals with, or not thighs. We'd done, you know, drumsticks and wings, but not thighs. So that was really different. Plus, it's like, it's got olives and carrots, and the carrots are in big giant chunks, and it's got a sauce, and everything sort of cooks up in this sauce after you sear the chicken. So it's like very different for us.
Right. So that's an easy
But
one to pick out.
Super distinctive bag because it was 2 bags stapled together, and it's like your chicken in the one bag and your very saucy sauce with the vegetables.
With the olives and the carrots.
Yeah, and
pretty
onion
distinct.
and whatever in the other.
Yeah.
And it was like a yellowish color.
Yeah.
So that was like, because I think it was turmeric
Mm-hmm.
in the sauce. Really, really easy to pick out anything with meatballs in it. Like we talk about our sweet and sour meatball
Sheet pan.
It's got meatballs, but it's also got big
Pineapple rings.
pineapple rings and then green pepper. And so you just look.
Our kids know, and they pick that one first. If they
Yes.
see that it's in there, it is pretty much gone.
Every time.
Yeah.
So it is hard to tell between chicken marinades. Like a lot of times it will have a brownish hue in the marinade.
Lemon pepper and lemon mustard look a lot
Similar,
alike,
yeah.
you know.
But if you wanted to do lemon pepper and you chose lemon mustard, like you would still be pretty happy.
I think you might. Yeah. And so really it's just what works for you, and yes, sometimes I just have to flip through them, and I do kind of the same as Charla of we're not going to have that. Oh, we had chicken last night. We'll have beef tonight. Or I need something that can be fast. I need a sheet pan. I need something that can go in the skillet. So that's really more what guides my decisions as well.
And because Christy and I have pretty much the same things in our freezer, other than like breakfasts, lunches, and snacks, sometimes we do on our own and fill our freezers with, but for dinners we have a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
And so we will talk back and forth and be like, what are you having tonight? Or like, we had this last night and it was amazing.
You would be surprised how often we either have the same thing on the same night, or oh, I had that last night. Like we'll have it one day after the other. But also our freezers kind of get built in the same way. Like we make the 4 meals, 2 go to my freezer, 2 go to hers. So those are at the bottom, and then, you know, the ones we make at the end of the mega session are at the top. So of course we eat those first.
Yeah, and then we usually do our chicken marinades on the second day. And so those tend to be higher and get used first at your house. They get used last at my house.
Yes.
Because I don't love
Making
side
sides.
dishes. So sometimes we do freezer sides, but I'm just not, after all these years of not having to worry about what to make for dinner, I'm not good at it anymore. Like I'm not good at thinking about, oh, I need to buy the things for the Greek salad. I need to buy things to make,
Right.
you know, your vegetable, whatever. Like
Steamed vegetables
Yes.
or whatever you're putting with it.
2 summers ago, we shared a, like a garden a garden pickup thing where a local
Oh, that's
farm-
right. It's called a CSA, and it's, yeah, you go in and collect your bag of fresh produce.
And you don't know what's going to be in it until you arrive. And there was so much that we shared it. And so, or maybe we each had our own.
You picked the large one, and I picked the small one because you had a big family. This was 3, maybe
Maybe it was a while
3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, because sometimes you got things that I didn't get because you had the large one.
Yes, that's
maybe
right.
I was going to say maybe the next time we shared it, as in every week I picked up one week, you picked up the next.
Yes,
That's what we did.
Yes.
Because it was too much. We were giving food away. Like we weren't able to eat it all.
Yeah, and so that year I did better because I was getting these random
Like,
vegetables.
well, we're going to cook turnips this week.
Yes, I did end up with a lot of extra potatoes and carrots because every week had potatoes and carrots.
Yeah.
And I mean, carrots, you can eat them raw. There's a lot you can do with them. They can go in soups, whatever. But potatoes, Christy's family is a potato family. My family really enjoys potatoes. I don't like cooking potatoes. So I have one daughter that's pretty good at making mashed potatoes, roast potatoes. But it's just not my go-to. Rice is more my go-to.
Right.
And pasta.
And my husband has put up a moratorium on pasta for the moment. We're just kind of done with it for now. So we're having a lot of potatoes, which is good. I have a garden this year, and so we have potatoes. And honestly, sometimes just a boiled potato, it is very humble, but it is so good. A little bit of salt, a little bit of butter, and it's so good. But the first one of the year, the baby potatoes, because the dill is also ready.
Oh.
We have the creamed dill baby potatoes
Oh, I might
and
be
creamed
inviting
peas.
myself over for
We could probably work that out. I'm just down the road.
But yes, that's why my salmon marinade, like my my marinated salmon, my marinated chicken, things like that, for me get used last. And sometimes Christy and I'll do a trade.
I'll have something left, like the one pot, we had talked about this, I did end up using it, but I had a one pot pasta puttanesca left over, and I was putting it off because my husband is like, can we stop with the pasta for a while? And Charlotte's like, I'm sure I have something I can trade you. And then I did end up using it because I ran out of freezer meals this time before she did.
Yes. So we haven't really talked about that before, I don't think, but sometimes we trade. We've got a little bit of a barter system.
We do, and if she has like beef ones left over, I'll trade her chicken ones or vegetarian ones. You know what I did, didn't you?
Did you do
I give you
bunny
bunny
ears?
ears. Maybe we're too close together.
I don't know how to
Don't
do
overlap
pointing
each other,
pictures.
in case you have to cut each other. Okay. How many? Okay, Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
Show me scared. Show me excited. Show me hysterically funny. Okay. These are awesome, but I'm not sure they're good. Show me surprised. Okay, show me surprised that doesn't look like...
Pleasantly surprised. Think breakfast at Tiffany's.
Mouth closed surprise. Just your eyes. There you go. That's something. Goodness. We've got to use this for something.
All right.
Okay, what else you want?
Delicious. So good. Yes. Now they know.
We're having a baby.
Exhausted. There you go. I like it. Roll your eyes. Charlotte, roll your
Inner teenager.
Roll them. Don't you ever roll your eyes in real life? This is Charlotte rolling her eyes. Oh my goodness. She rolls her eyes like Star Point. Okay, this sucks. Try like, how about hug each other, like friendly? There you go. Friendship. Beautiful. You'll have to use that for something.
For sure.
Yeah. Charlotte looks like swag.
Jaunty.
Yeah. Jaunty.
So there.
That's very good attitude.
That's my so there face.
Yeah.
I don't have a so there face. I don't have much of a RBF. Yes, I do. Hang on. What was the thing I made that you're like, make it again? And I'm like,
oh no, you didn't.
Oh no, you didn't.
Okay, don't wave your finger in front of your face.
What's the guy with the Zoolander? What's his
Blue
name?
Steel? 2 to 3 tables of fajita seasoning.
Tablespoons.
Did I say teaspoons?
You said tables. I mean, that would be a lot. Like, you know, I mean, I like fajita seasoning as much as the next person. That would be a lot. Including those and what we did today.
What we did today.
We are at, drumroll please.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You want to say it?
I forget what you told me. I'm so tired. So my husband offered me a foot rub later tonight. So I'll see if like maybe he can do yours too.
My husband is gonna give me a shoulder
He's in the
massage.
other room. He's listening to this. Maybe we'll come over for a hot tub.
She gets one, I get one.
That's what she said. So cowboy baked beans are probably my all-time favorite thing to take to a casserole, to a potluck.
And you're gonna add, I am reading the wrong recipe.
You are supposed to be doing the Marry Me chicken.
There we go.
Because I'm pretty sure we made the chicken pasta a long time ago. It's not new.
You're going to add your cooked cubed chicken, some sliced mushrooms. This makes a lot more sense. Okay.
This is our matzo stuffed beaks. Oh, sweet lentil dove. Dun, dun, dun.
So into our large sweet, we're gonna pop a video right over there of ground beef recipes because in case your chicken
chickened out.
chicken. Okay, let's try that all again.
As you can see, we are passionate about freezer meals, and we can talk a very long time about how we use our freezer meals, how the labels should go. I am laughing at us.
We can talk a long time about anything, let's face it.
It's true.
So thank you for helping
you.
us get to 50,000 subscribers. We're kind of amazed. We would love to get to our next milestone video so we can share more bloopers with you and answer more questions. So help us get there, spread the word, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Let us know in the comments what other questions you'd like to have us answer, and let us know if you'd like me to do a video of our adoption stories. But mostly, we just appreciate you so much. This has been a really fun journey, and it was more fun because we got to do it together.
It always is.
So thank you again, and happy cooking.
You know what they say about pizza? Pizza is like sex.
Oh my goodness.
Even when it's bad, it's still pizza.
Okay, that is not going in our 4 kids back to school lunches video.
Chicken. That's funny. You haven't heard that before?
No, never.
It's like a saying. Pizza's
Never.
just like sex. Even if it's bad, it's still pizza.
Nope. No, wait, that might go in our bloopers video.